Is this thing on?
Are you recording?
Yeah. She'll put on some makeup here in a second, and we'll talk about what needs to get talked about. It's been what? How long?
6 months.
6 months. So we have a lot of explaining to do in a short amount of time. So we'll get, I guess, I mean, I really don't care, but I understand you. So put your stuff on and come back, because they're waiting. So where do we start?
I guess welcome back.
Welcome back to our channel.
It's been a long 6 months.
It's been 6 long months and a lot has happened, and we want to explain why we haven't posted. The truth is, over the summer I got diagnosed with a autoimmune disease. I have lupus. I'm 28 years old, father of 4, husband, and this is probably the most difficult obstacle I have faced ever. It's challenging me mentally and physically, and it's really putting everything on the line, and I feel like I'm truly being tested. And it's hard.
What happened?
And it's been rough. And I'm sure it's been rough for my wife as well. Not I'm sure, but it has. It's been hard on our kids. It's been hard on everybody in my life. And I'm only 6.5 months, 7 months in of being diagnosed, and I'm still fighting the battle. I'm still learning to deal with it. I'm still learning how to read my body when flare-ups come up, and it's tough.
It is tough.
It's
I
very
already started
hard.
tearing up when you first said I have lupus.
It's very hard, and it sucks, and
Okay, well explain what lupus is, because some people may not know what lupus is. Are you going to explain?
yeah, you're gonna do a lot better than I am, because I'm gonna be like, look that shit up. Everybody got smartphones.
I mean, yeah. But lupus is an autoimmune disease that attacks its own healthy tissue cells. So basically your fighter cells are attacking what it thinks are to be foreign cells and sick cells, but it's actually healthy, normal, supposed to be their cells, and it just attacks its body, its tissue. It messes with his brain function. It makes him think differently, react differently. I mean, it's like some days his body is completely shut down and he can't do anything, and some days he can go jump and
Yeah.
ride bikes and skateboards and all
The
stuff.
pain I feel whenever my flare-ups come up, it's I can't describe it. It's a pain I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy, on any person, good person, bad person, whatever. This is something that's I can't describe. It hurts from inside. It goes deeper to it's deeper than my nerves and bones. The pain it's ridiculous, and everything hurts, everything aches, and feels like my joints are just rubbing against each other, and my muscles feel like they're not there anymore. There's some days I can't even open a water bottle, let alone even get up, walk. It's the physical part of it is it's not the worst,
But it's weird because you can feel really bad to the point where you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna die, or 100% normal, like nothing ever happened. It's so weird. So a lot of people think because it doesn't look like he's sick sometimes that he's not, but it's just hit or miss. Like,
it's definitely an invisible enemy, and I know it's hard for the people I'm around to believe it. I mean, I don't know if they're doubting me, but from the outside it looks crazy. I look fine. I lost a little weight here and there, but it's just, something you've never felt before. It's not just like the common flu. It's like, oh yeah, I've had the flu before. Like, no, this shit is something totally different, and it is messing with you mentally. I can't concentrate like I used to. I used to read books like nothing. I can barely get through like a sentence, the first 3 words. I gotta read it over and over, and it sucks. I gotta retrain my body and mind all over again. And beginning,
it was cancer.
Yeah, in the beginning we thought it was cancer. It happened at work. I was feeling a little groggy. My back was hurting. I just thought, oh, summertime, maybe we'll get summertime flu or whatever. And I kind of ignored it, but then it kept, it didn't go away. and I kept ignoring it. And I would come home, go straight to sleep, and that wasn't my routine. That wasn't our routine for me to come home, go straight to sleep. And sometimes I wouldn't eat. And Chelsea was...
Me being me, being like, what the fuck?
Thought I was messing around, or she thought I was doing drugs, but I would just tell her, like, I'm just tired. I don't know what it is. And, you know, the first sign, I should have went to the doctor, but I didn't. I waited, how long?
You waited months.
I waited months. I ignored it for months, and I thought it was nothing. I would go to work walking like a turtle, walking like an old man, and I'll still go to work. Everybody asking, what's wrong? And I'd be like, man, I don't know. And it'd be...
But before symptoms even started really showing, I kind of just knew something was wrong. You know, you just weren't yourself. It wasn't like one day you just woke up and you had the flu-like symptoms. Like, you just weren't yourself. Like, he started getting quiet and distant and not fun. We started arguing more. It was just weird. And then quarantine happened, like, right after that. So we're spending lots of time together, which, you know.
Yeah. Well, really, we thought it was, we got the corona, or I got the corona. And, of course, I got tested, and, you know, that came back negative. But, like, we just couldn't figure out what was happening. And we thought of the worst.
Excuse me.
And we thought of the worst, and we went to a cancer facility here in, you know, our hometown, Houston, MD Anderson Cancer Center, and I actually have a family friend who works there, and they tested me for cancer, and, you know, at that moment, around that time, I wasn't in the best state of mind. So I really thought I was done. I really thought that was it. Like, to the point there was no point in going anymore. There was nights I would go to sleep and be like, I am not going to wake up tomorrow because of the way I feel.
Like, there'd be an hour where he was dripping fucking sweat, like soaking wet, like he just jumped in a pool, and then 2 hours later he'd be shivering because he was so cold.
Oh, that was before the diagnosis.
Yeah, we didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I did have
and I would
severe.
Tell him, go to the doctor. Go to
I'd
the
have
hospital.
severe night sweats and severe night chills to the point where my fingers were purple and my teeth were like chattering. I don't even know the word I'm looking for, but it was insane, and I couldn't sleep. There was probably like weeks I did not sleep, and I remember some nights.
We were scared to go to the hospital though because the corona had just happened, and we were told like don't go to the hospital unless you absolutely need to, because it was when it was fresh, like corona news, like it was coming from China. We had no idea about it.
Right. So yeah, we were scared to go. We were definitely scared to go, and it definitely put me in a dark spot. I've always been a very positive person who always thought of like the brighter side of things. And this has definitely brought me to a dark place where I definitely fell into a depression, a deep one. And I've never been in that hole before. I've never thought the things I've thought before this happened. This definitely has opened a window that I never thought I would open. And I'm still fighting this depression, to be honest. And I found myself isolating from people, and that's definitely not my character. I've always been very outgoing, but I don't talk to people anymore. I don't talk to people at work like I used to. I don't have the same attitude like I used to. And I feel like, you know, that part of me is, you know, gone. That might be depression talking, but you know, that's just how I feel. I'm learning to think positive again and look at the brighter side of things again, but it's definitely hard when, you know, I fell into depression, and because of this, and, you know, all the medicine that my doctor gives me probably doesn't help. Like, I'm on so many medication, it's ridiculous. Anyways, back to the MD Anderson thing, you know, got tested, we were there for a few hours overnight, and came back that I didn't have it, you know, and we were still confused on what it was.
The blood work that we had gotten done pointed to lots of different things. Because I played doctor. I acted like I knew what was happening. I researched. I Googled. I like to take credit for diagnosing him with lupus.
She did. She called that before anybody else. And then we found a rheumatologist. And
we found that one doctor, and I asked her to test you for lupus just to see.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
actually came back, yes. And so then we found a rheumatologist.
Wasn't she like, for what? Like, no. Wasn't she like,
well, she was like, why? Like, what reasons? She asked, like, if anybody in your family had lupus.
Yeah.
And at the time, we didn't know.
At the time, we did not know. Turns out there's,
There
a few family members who have that. And, you know, I got a chance to speak to one of them who has it. And, you know, for a long time, I didn't know who I could talk to about this. when there's somebody right here next to me. And I would block her out. I would block her out. Not on purpose, but I don't know, I couldn't tell you. I would put up this big ass wall, and it almost destroyed us, you know. We're still fighting to put the pieces back together, her and I. And we've had a lot of obstacles in our life, in our marriage, and we feel like this is probably the biggest one yet. We're taking baby steps. And speaking of babies, we've always been honest with our kids, like 100%. So we told them what was going on. And I would cry to my kids, you know, I'm trying my best to fight for you guys. I'm trying my best to fight for you guys. I want to get better for you guys, because they knew something was wrong. And
the energy in the house has just been shifted, like, completely. Like, it's just such negative energy. The vibes are negative. Nobody's happy. It's always yelling. It's always arguing. Even amongst the kids, like, of course, their siblings, they fight, but more so than usual.
It's an aggressive-ass lupus. Alright, there's some days I can't walk. One night, Chelsea had to carry me from the car into the damn house because I couldn't walk on my left foot. And, you know, as a man, I hate to sound like, you know, testosterone as a man. But as a man, it does mess with your ego. It does mess with your ego and your pride as a man, as a husband, that you have fallen, you know, weak, and that, you know, your wife or whoever you're with, you know, has to really pick you up and you know, take care of you. And, you know, people's true colors show when you're at your lowest, and I have definitely been at my lowest with this, and it's very hard. I'm still fighting, but I was doing this video as baby steps of me getting out of my depression. Get back into this. We were on a roll. We were doing good. I want to pick it back up. I guess I want to be somewhat of a beacon that, you know, just because you have lupus doesn't mean you have to stop living.
Because it's hard to keep living.
It is. And I want to show people that you can still do it. You know, with family and kids, or no family and kids, you can still do it. I'm only 7 months in. I don't know what's to come at all, but this is for life. And the biggest challenge I had was accepting it, and I'm still doing that. I got a backpack full of medicine. I gotta take them at a certain time, but
Nice.
you know, I'm doing this for myself, for my children, for my wife, for our dog Lucy who's looking at me. Basically, we just want to let you know why we haven't posted it in a long time. I have lupus at 28 years old. And it sucks. A lot. So like, share, hit the bell button. We're going to be posting more.
Subscribe to our channel.
I was going to lose my job from calling in, but the company I work for, they know what was going on. I spoke to them. They're very understanding, very considerate. And they got me a sit-down position, still selling parts. So I'm very grateful to be working for the company I am working for. But she's right, you know, people with lupus, I don't even know, 9 times out of 10.
It says 80% of people with lupus have to quit their jobs and get on disability and find other sources of income.
Right, and that's where the pride comes in. So I've been pushing, I've been hard-headed, I've been stubborn. She's been telling me, stay home, rest, and my ass don't listen. We just want to let you guys know if you guys care or not. So
It doesn't matter, we're still posting.
subscribe, hit the bell button, like, more videos to come, challenges, small talks, whatever. See you guys soon.
Bye. Say bye.
I want to do the
Say bye.
Please. How about turn off?